All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Relentless recap. So, in this one, we'll be going over the month of December. For the yearly recap, you guys can tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the yearly recap. Okay, so December 2023, how did it go? Guys, this was, I believe, the hottest month of the year. And when it comes down to the market and the opportunities that the market can provide at times, it always amazes me. Every time I think that we're at a certain high, it's like the market just keeps showing and providing that, hey, if you can be disciplined, if you can be quick, you can be firm, and you can master the strategy, you can continue to do well and you can continue to even make more. And so, you know, it was a great month. It was not my best month of the year, which for me was a little disappointing because, as I just mentioned, I believe in terms of momentum and opportunities on the side of the market, it was the best month. So on that side, I'm a little disappointed, but it's always, bittersweet in these type of situations because whilst I'm disappointed, I know what I could have done. I witnessed the awesomeness and I now know what I can do differently to have a better result in a similar situation next time. And so I think if things went super well, we could have did about 50,000 in a month, but we will next time. This is the learning lesson that we need to propel ourselves into the next stratosphere. So let's dive in here at the calendar. Let's zoom back out here a little bit and let's take a look at the calendar. All right, my head is in the way. Okay, there we go. So guys, we started off the month with a sweet $4,000 day. And for those of you who might be checking out my channel for the first time, guys, I live stream on YouTube every morning. So if you want to go back on the first of the month to check out this day, you can. It's on the live stream. Just make sure that the date aligns when you click on the video and boom, you can watch me live in action. All right, so on the first day, we started off up 4K. Monday coming in up 2K. First red day, small red day in comparison to our green days. And look at this next day, Wednesday coming in 5,000. This is about $12,000 in gains in just the first 3 to 4 days of trading. And so I really and truly started the month on pace to hit about 50, 60K. Again, and that's the type of opportunity that the market provided this one for me and my style and where I'm at. So, that bittersweet again, that bittersweet. But, after the 6th, we kind of had some trouble. Thursday, Friday, days where we had a hard time. The momentum was there, but we got caught on the wrong side of the opportunities. And a lot of this, small things that we could have adjusted, right? Always remembering where and when to position ourselves to get that good outcome. And so, after studying up, reviewing, coming back the next week, doing a great job Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for me, tricky days. I actually no, I believe Tuesday was a slow day. I believe the 13th here, we might have had POL or it might have been the next week. Okay, no, I think POL was the 20th. So 2 slower days. And again, I love how we managed risk extremely well. This day, I believe, had a little bit more opportunities. Well, we didn't quite get to where we needed to be, but it was fine. Really good job managing the red days. And then we come back on Thursday and really dominated up 4,000 and a small green day Friday, limited opportunities, ending it out very well. Now, the first 2 weeks went, all things considered, very good. Week number 3 is where we started to have some issues. And we can dissect each of these days here individually to just look at the calendar to see the green to red and these type of things as we go. So we'll revisit this, but we had a hard time here retaining our earnings and adding to it. We had a lot of areas where we had mistakes, and I think the worst day of the month for me was actually the 20th, which happened to be the hottest day of the month, which stock POL. If you guys did not trade that stock, maybe you're out that day, maybe you're on vacation the entire month, go back and check out the charting for stock POL. One of the issues I've been facing here with my trading the last few months is, having a good aptitude for the game, being fairly efficient, having good knowledge of the style and being disciplined, but at times underperforming. And so on this day, for some reason, maybe because of the other days where maybe a day like the 19th, I'm thinking, man, we need to perform at our level. And so POL comes along, and I have this mistake where I bought the wrong stock. I usually have multiple order entry windows with different share size, and I typed in the wrong symbol and bought the wrong stock on a breakout that would have given me like 50, 60 cents, which was the very beginning of that move that went straight up. And I don't know, I got tilted, man. I got tilted in that moment and was not able to trade properly throughout the move, and it cost me dearly. This should have been a sweet, sweet 10K day. Should have been my first 10K day. But again, bittersweet. Next time in that situation, we're gonna look forward, because things happen, right? I'm gonna look forward to being better, and I will be better. So this is the beautiful thing of trading, is that we'll get another chance. We'll get another chance to improve and come back. And so the last week, we eased things down a little bit. We weren't going super crazy. We said, hey, we're going to just try and retain the gains as best as we can, and just take it a little bit more slow, but still, a lot of opportunities. So let's jump into the detailed section, which is, what a lot of you guys want to see here. We got to rant a little bit. It's the end of the year. We have 3 days here. So 22,000 on the month, average daily gain of 1,100, 430,000 shares of volume per day. This is still below my goal of 500,000 shares per volume per year. We're going to see in the yearly recap tomorrow where I averaged out month over month throughout the year. Average winning trade 87, average losing trade 71. And we usually have a little bit more distance in between these two. We really took a ton of losses. And in fact, we had our biggest loss ever of almost $3,000 on the 28 on stock CING. Bought a dip, instant halt down, big size, trapped in the halt down. It is what it is at times. Our accuracy on the month, fairly decent, 49.9%. 52, 53 would be on the higher side for me. 47 would be on the lower side. Anything below like 48, really. So, in terms of the stats here, it's not bad. Max consecutive wins 12, max consecutive losses 16, a little higher here. That's okay. Average hold time 10 seconds in and out, and 5 seconds on scratch trades. So hold on, we'll come back to this. We'll come back to that. So performance by day of the week. Our best day was Wednesday, followed by Monday, and then Friday closely. Tuesday, my worst day, surprisingly, which all year long has been the best day of the week. And the performance throughout the duration of the day by hour, primarily between 9 and 10:30, 11 is where we're getting the bulk of the gains. Some smaller gains here coming into 2 p.m. I could have made more money after 11 if I was a little bit more consistent. There were days where I left out for lunch, other days where I'm doing other stuff for the other business, and you look back, you miss trades, whether it's like mentor sessions, content, different things. Sometimes you just miss trades, and that's part of the deal, so that's okay. But I think maybe we could have added another 3 to 4,000, maybe even a little bit more, depending. But yeah, it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. So, something to remind myself of is, hey, when the market is hot, we have to make sure we set up our schedule properly to where we can trade longer and maximize as we go throughout the day. Price and volume between 5 and 10, we did our best, and then it trickles down from there. We're at over 10 and 20, and that's due to the big loss that we had. But most of the stocks were between 5 and 10. So, instrument performance by stock. SERA, our best stock. CCC, which is C4 Therapeutics. This one was pretty good to us. NEXI. But notice stock POL is not up here. SIDU with all those halts going straight up could have been much higher. I think next year we're definitely going to do better, man. I think, as long as we continue to be disciplined and we continue to be confident and courageous, I believe we can do even better next year. And of course, here's the biggest loss, CING, 2,900. The loss was a $2,700 loss, but we were red on the day before the 28th, which is the 27th, where we took a loss of 2 to 300. So this adds up to about 3K. But other than that, we did manage risk fairly well. INTS was also another flush. Lost a good amount very quickly. Other than that, we kept it super tight. The losses are not that big. But next year, I expect that this side of things will be even bigger, and this side, unfortunately, will be bigger because we'll be using more risk, right? We'll be putting more risk out there. We're using more cash behind the trades. Volume, we're doing our best with stocks trading over 25 million shares. Market behavior, we have our performance relative to the SPY. I don't pay too much attention to this, but some of you guys might want to see it. So we'll just do a quick scroll right there. And then this is the category that usually, inspires me the most, and also it's a little disappointing at the same time. So on the month, this is the month I've made the most and lost the most on. Before this, one of the most noticeable months were August of last year, which was insane for opportunities and momentum. So this is the best month this year, and we made the most money ever and also lost the most, and we didn't do a great job retaining our earnings. If we had done a little bit better here, we made 115,000 and lost 93,000 throughout all of the times we're buying and selling throughout the month. We could have done better here on the loss side of the column. And again, even on those days where we missed out on huge gains, everything here is telling me, man, like, I can push this number here all the way up to 200K. And hey, can we retain 50%? Can we finish up 100,000? I think these months are possible, and they're coming faster than we know. So it's a little bittersweet here again, but I always look at things from the brighter side. So I'm going to look at this as encouragement and motivation, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Don't look at death and decay and destruction, right? Look at the bright side, look at the greenery, look at all the things that can make you better and improve. Because ultimately, when you're up 22,000 on a month, and it's a month where you didn't perform to your best, I mean, there's so much potential there, right? So wherever you are, whether you're red, whether you're deep red, whether you're flat, whether you're small green, whether you're big green, let's keep looking for ways to improve. And that's what's going to allow us to progress over time, right? Here in the community, progress is my only goal. I don't set monetary goals. My only goal is hey, can I be better over time? And slowly, we've been seeing that, right? So before we check out those couple of days that we gave back, let's quickly take a look at December of last year, just for some perspective. I struggled December last year. I think it was one of my slower months, but just for some perspective, right? Look at this, $1,500 last year in December, a month where I had a hard time and struggled, versus 22K, and you can see the difference in my volume. Let's go back even before. I believe 2020, and going back to 2021, I'm a much different trader now. We're much more confident. We're using much more size. Let's take a look. We did $4,000 in 2021, and this is me trying to push volume back here, right? What's this, 21? Oh, actually, no, never mind. It's 21,000 shares. We're definitely not pushing volume looking back at it, but this shows the growth, right? I made $4,600, averaging $200 a day with 21,000 shares of volume. So for those of you using small size, this is a very important lesson here. If you're using, because for me right now, I'm using 2K shares, 3K shares, 1K shares, things like that, though that range, right? Sometimes maybe make up some more. But for those of you using 500 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, back in these days, this is the amount I was using, and it still equated to this type of gain. So buying into that mindset of slowest is the fastest way here in the market. It's not getting rich quick overnight. You got to buy into it, though. You have to meditate, you have to think about it, and you have to say, you know what? This is what I'm going to go for. This is what I'm going to do. And you can see the progress over time. And so our first year being live, just $494. Guys, this is just 2020, 2021, this is just 3 years ago. From $494 in this month to now my best month in December, 22,000. What is there to not smile about? So regardless of where you are, if you're deep red, Know that there's progress that you can make. Know that you can improve, but you have to be disciplined. It comes down, if for those of you who are in this relentless trading community, and more specifically for those of you who are my students in the program, the strategy is there and the strategy is proven. If not people like myself, Tim and Marcelo, the mentors, we would not be able to make money. But on the other side of the strategy is you. And how disciplined are you? If you deviate and stray away from what works, or you change things and it's negatively affecting your trading, the strategy is going to become tainted and unprofitable. It's delicate. If you zig and zag, you fall off the path. So the strategy is there, but are you the trader looking to be disciplined? And even for myself, every day I'm looking to refine, gain more experience, more competence, and then become more confident, put more share size, put more risk. And a lot of it is mindset. It comes down to this right here. How are you going to stay focused, right? You have to plan, you have to prepare, you have to study, and you have to continue to motivate yourself, because ultimately we all have some sort of a dream here. We have some sort of a goal, whether it's financial freedom, maybe extra cash on the side, because we all know what an extra 50K, 20K, whatever it might be, can do for us at the end of the year. Maybe vacation, retirement money, savings. Maybe it helps with the kids' college fund, whatever trading means for you, whatever goal you have in the market, it is achievable. And there's a ton of liquidity, and there's so much more room for growth that we all can improve. So let's stay on the path of righteousness. Let's do what's right always. Let's stay disciplined always. So let's take a look. Let's come back to December of this year. I need to motivate the people, right? Because it just, for me, it's not overnight. This is years. This is years. So let's exit full screen. Let's just take a quick look at those few days that we did mention where we had some issues. So right here, not too bad. We retained most of the gains, all right? But coming down. So coming down to the next day right here. So this was a flat day. We're gonna go throughout the entirety of the month and just select some days here. This is another day where we gave back profits. So those other 3 days were much better, much more sustained, right? But here we are on the 20th, up 1,600, ending the day up 600, giving back 1,000 off the top. Not great, right? Here's a day we're up 3,600, 3,500, and ending the day down 1,200. Not great. My single biggest loss in a day. And look at how quickly we're up this amount of money. We're green between 9:25 and about 10 a.m. We're up 3,500. And this is what happens when you get caught in flushes. And you can see it didn't happen in just one trade. So right here, when I drop down to about 1,500, I think these are the areas where I can improve. Hey, something is not going right. Let the alarm sound off and stop pushing. Right in this bounce up is where I could have had a chance to make adjustments to perhaps maintain and slowly try to work my way back up, or just maintain. So having to make decisions on the fly, this is how you get better, right? From about 1,800 here down to maybe 900, giving back about half the gains on this particular day. And so this was unfortunately a bit of a theme for us throughout the year. All right, so there's a lot of work to be done. It's going to come down to in the moment, and we're going to have to pride ourselves on doing what's right always. The emotions, there's no room for emotions here. On this day I was up 2K, gave back, frustration. So let's keep working, guys. Let's keep grinding. And know that it's possible. Day trading is possible. Day trading is something that can be done. For those of you who want to watch me and my journey every day, you can check out the live streams every single day on YouTube. On YouTube, I go live every single day to share to the world what I'm doing, to share all my trades to the people, because ultimately there's nothing to hide. There's nothing for me to be ashamed of on a day where I go from green to red, or where I start red and I get murdered in spreads. What is there to be frustrated about? This is just the nature of the field. It's like saying, hey, I want to be a boxer, but you go into the ring, you get punched in the face, you start getting upset. This part is a formality. It's just what is going to happen. And so the more we can accept that, the better we'll be able to control our emotions, which will give us more of a chance in the markets. So remember, remember here, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. We got to continue to chase our greatness. And I will be here always. I'll be here unless it doesn't even make sense to be here. I'll be here. I'll be here every day, and I'll continue to be transparent, and I'll continue to prove to all these people out there who are fake that this can be done. There's so many people who are faking it, But I'm going to be the real deal, and I'm going to be the first one to show people how it can be done. Live streaming it all for the world to see. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out those links down below, and I'll catch you guys later. 22K, it's time to celebrate, man. It's a great year. We got to go out and enjoy ourselves, decompress, come back, get a nice game plan, and continue to keep going with full force, full power into the new year, full power. So I'll catch you guys later.